All right, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out the video. This is my friend Wade Campbell. Thanks for bringing this out. This is your daily driver, Honda Accord 4th Gen wagon.
Is it 4th Gen? Yeah.
I think CB9.
CB9.
Yeah, CB9 4th Gen, 1992 Honda Accord wagon. We're gonna start it up. It's engine swapped. Classic Honda. So yeah, this has a F20B engine swap. Stock, these come with the F22A 2.2 liter inline 4-cylinder, but you've swapped in the F20B, so you've gone from like, what is it, like 120 horsepower, 130 torque maybe for the stock F22A, and now you're making like 200 horsepower probably.
A little over, yeah, something around there. If that one was even making 120 anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, almost, you know, like 80% increase.
Yeah. You told me 8,200 RPM red line.
That's
maybe 81 fuel cutoff is what you said.
That's what it's got. I got like the cheapest chipped ECU.
Okay.
And they're just like, you know, where do you want the VTEC? Where do you want the fuel cut? So VTEC is at 55.
Okay.
And fuel cut is 81.
Yep. So you were telling, so 380,000 miles. You said you've had this car for like 20 years. Is that right?
I bought it in 2005 for $2,000.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, you're getting your money's worth out of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were telling, yeah, let's go for a little drive. You're joining us on a cold, late January morning in Durango. On this kind of open county road right outside town. Wow, cool sound, dude.
No cat. There's a resonator, kind of a clapped out knockoff Flowmaster muffler.
Wow, I did not. Yeah, so you were just telling me about how you ended up with this engine. You had the car, and then someone sideswiped you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You took the insurance money and bought a new motor.
Exactly. Looked at the H22, which before COVID, those were kind of cheap. They're like $700 all day.
Yeah.
And they got real, you know, people started doing those swaps, so those went up in price really quick. The F20B's always kind of stayed about the same price. And so with the iron sleeves, it looked like a better long term, like even after I kind of wear out the internals, it's a better rebuild. And it's fun.
Yeah.
You hear it, it's zippy.
Right, so you mentioned H22A, so Honda Accord SiR, like Japan only, came with that motor, and this F20B is basically like a debored, destroked version of that engine.
Exactly.
I'm sure everyone is surprised by it. I guess not a lot of people actually get to drive it, but other people on the street are probably surprised by the sound.
They don't think it's coming from this.
Yeah,
they look somewhere else.
It's the sound they like. What people who learn to make the Lamborghini sound with the soda pop can.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's no cat, so it's definitely a little better flowing. This engine came with factory welded tube headers that when I first put it in, I was like, you know, I'm gonna do, you know, try to buy all the cool stuff. So I got some big fat, you know, shiny stainless headers, and it was kind of like you learn about how torque is a function not only of stroke but of exhaust and exhaust velocity. So those big fat headers, you know, driving around, you know, normal driving RPMs, it was like having turbo lag with no turbo. Because it wasn't, you wouldn't get extraction until you really pushed a lot of air through.
Dude, it's so free revving. Like, it feels like there's zero weight in the drivetrain. Like, it's just going from like kind of 3 to like 6 right now.
Yep.
Just like effortless. The car feels like, it feels great, dude. I can't believe how
rear
kind of like
shocks are a little worn, so it might bounce a little bit if it's like under load.
But like 3 to 5 just there, like nothing.
Yeah, it's very happy. It's smooth when it gets up there.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sport bike almost.
So, you did this engine swap yourself, or how?
I collected the parts, did the research, figured out what was going to be, you know, kind of the most cost effective. I wasn't trying to go crazy. It's just, you know, I want to keep my car going, you know. And
was there something wrong with the stock motor, or you just wanted to swap?
It was, you know, I mean, it had a lot of miles on it.
Okay.
Honestly, it ran fine. I think I was on the 3rd timing belt on that one.
Okay.
It just, you know, so much cylinder wall, piston ring wear, it just drank oil. It didn't leak anything. It just consumed it.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to go ahead and, you know, why not make my car fun?
Sure.
I mean, it was already kind of fun. Now it's a, you know, it's a sports car. It's a station wagon, but it's a sports car.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Hondas have a great reputation as drivers' cars. I love it. Like it's, I don't know, just like the best, most affordable, fun stuff that I drive. It's like little Hondas. It's amazing.
It's you can get a lot of result with very little effort. And just, you know, the suspension design, they're light.
Yeah.
I went from a old Volkswagen bus to this, and so hopping in it was already a sports car.
Yeah, I mean, it just has that, like, people use the word positive. I feel like it has that very, like, positive feeling where it's like it's ready to go at low RPMs. So engine swap, you told me you also did a brake kit?
Well, so these had captive rotors on the front, so like changing out your rotors is kind of a headache. You had to pull the whole knuckle, press out the hub.
Okay.
So what's, you know, great about like Hondas and Subarus is they're kind of like Lego, so you can swap parts off other cars. So the 99 Acura CL had the same front knuckles, the same bore for the hub. So just put you know, hubs and bearings from a 99 CL, and then I can do rotor over hub, so I can swap my rotors and just do brake jobs a lot easier.
So is that discs all around then?
No, it's still drums on the back.
Okay.
This same year model, I want to say it's the EX that had 4-wheel disc. So if I were to get the knuckles off an EX, and you have to, there's a little bit of work involved, but you can't go 4-wheel disc on these.
Wow. So you did a brake job you just described, engine swap. Is it stock otherwise?
Pretty much. I've barely touched the rear end. I will say I'm not so happy with the orange Coney shocks.
Okay.
That's what's on it now. The fronts are still okay. The rears lasted like a year.
I think you have winter tires on right now.
There's no tire. It's the first time I've had them, and it really does kind of like, there is a for me there's a compromise in the handling. Like I feel how much they move around. Sometimes they feel low to me.
Feels like the pressure's low to you.
Just the other day, I was like, I'm not sure. I went and checked them, and they were like a pound over. So yeah, usually I've had Yokohamas, kind of, you know, more on the performance end. Because really, you know, tires and brakes, that's, you know, tires, brakes, suspension is really a good chunk of your performance.
Yeah.
4 horsepower.
Man, I feel like I don't think you could ask for like anything more from like a 92 wagon with like an affordable engine swap.
I think all in all, with the swap, like, and even I had a shop, you know, a shop I was familiar with, do a good bit of work. But all said and done, all the parts, like back in my hands, $8,000 for basically a new car, but my same car with, you know, almost twice the performance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, super cool. All right, we're gonna turn.
You know, in this car too, you know, for 20 years, like, you know, this is like one of the most reliable and steadiest relationships relationships I've ever.
Yeah, dude. It would be for me for sure.
And the thing too is like, you know, so that, you know, there's a lot of parts for these still around, sitting on shelves, and they just get cheaper and cheaper. I actually I've got a new Vibrant resonator and muffler.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll have 2 resonators and that muffler now. In Dallas, everyone's driving Chargers with straight pipes, so this car is not loud or standing out there at all.
Yeah.
Here in the mountains and the quiet valleys, you know, like
first time we get to 6.
There you go.
Oh, it feels good.
Yeah, it's this car is happy at 90 miles an hour, silky smooth. But yeah, I want to tone it down a little bit. Like, you know, I keep it sleeper on the outside. I don't want to look racer boy too much. So VTEC in. So you were in 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I guess for me, you know, I'm driving your car. I'm driving your car with almost 400K on it. Like, for people watching, you know, like, you've had this car for 20 years.
It's the original transmission.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, my goal, I guess, is like, this is a popular engine swap. I mean, it's not like everyone's done this, you know, but like within the enthusiast community, like, people engine swap Hondas a lot, and the F20B is a great option. So I guess like my goal is just like to show people, I guess, what went into it for you, like the affordability, and then also just like the potential that you have to turn your, you know, to turn your daily into this kind of like, it's like breathing a little bit of fire now, you know?
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's like it's been to the gym a little bit, you know, it's you know, worked out a little, but it's not, you know, like I was telling you before, it's not faster than anything else, you know. It's like, it's not an off the line car, it's not, you know,
I mean, for a Honda, it's about that like 3.4 and 3.2 right there.
Exactly.
I feel like
it's like, that kind of, it's that revability. It's, you know, it's what does James Bay call it? It's fizzy.
It is fizzy.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, come on. First, I see what you mean about double clutching. You either have to like take your sweet time with it or double clutch it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I'm not like double clutching. I'm just taking like 4 seconds to shift.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would like.
I mean, you know, Honda likes to, you know, they like to slam the gears and get up in those revs. But yeah, you know, original transmission, the synchros are a little worn. You know, like going into reverse is a little.
Yeah, okay, that's the synchros. That's what
it's. You know, what's the term? Mechanical sympathy.
Yeah, right.
And now the thing too about the wagons that had the 5-speed, it's a different transmission than went in the sedan. So they kind of, you know, they built this car to handle a little extra weight. So it's got, some of the gears are shorter. Like the 5th gear is still really long. Like, you know, what's in the, like people in,
that's a different.
They'll complain about their Preludes, you know, say if they're cruising on the highway at 70 and they're at like 4,000 RPMs. This car in 5th gear at 90 miles an hour is 3,500.
5th gear, 90 mile an hour, 3,500. Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the lower gears, to kind of like get out of the way, you know, pull some weight, they made their rear end a little bit beefier. But yeah, so it's got that, you know, a little more drivability in the low end than say like a sedan would.
Yeah.
It would have a really long, like if you like 2nd to 3rd, you really got to take 2nd all the way out before you get into 3rd, or it would bog.
Yeah.
Especially with this motor.
Yeah, I guess like I drive an old Honda and I'm just always impressed by the smoothness and like the quality of the inputs, I guess. The interior is like pretty sporty too, naturally. I don't know what that is. I guess like you compare this like 4th gen Accord to like the Lumina and like the Taurus of the time, and it's just a no-brainer. Like the Accord is like a little more expensive at the time, but like you look at it next to that like 90s Taurus, and it's just like it's just like joy compared to things like
even the
American cars at the time. Yeah, it's just
the
nice.
Plastics. Yeah, notice
Soft
nothing
touch.
squeaks in here.
Yeah,
There's no rattles or squeaks.
right.
And this hasn't, maybe spent 20% of its life in a garage. It is like it's a rhythmic musical experience. You hear what the engine's sounding like, like the feedback you get.
Yeah, and I mean Hondas are they're so easy to drive. Like the manual is so easy. Like just getting in it and kind of like heel toeing it, whatever. Yeah, wow.
There's VTEC. You feel it, just a little bump right there.
And then the 4 back to 3 is the shit. That's cool, man. Appreciate that. We're gonna shoot some drive-bys and get the audio, the exhaust and stuff for you guys, but yeah, I mean like 3,000 pounds, 200 horsepower, wagon functionality, super cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for checking out the video. Is there anything you want to plug? Instagram or your band?
Well, here in Durango, we're doing a thing called Collab. Come out on Wednesday nights to Black Heron Lounge. It's a scene.
Nice. All right, see you guys.